Hi guys, it's Cyndi, aka the Queen. Today I am doing part 2. Today I am doing part 2 of day 6 of my Walt Disney World trip. It is the last day of my trip. It's not the last of the videos that you're going to see, but it is the last day of my trip. And it was a great day. Okay, so let me backtrack. The night before the last day of our trip, I got the surprise of my life when two of my friends showed up to surprise me when we went to dinner at Ohana. If you haven't seen that video, there will be a link below. And they also surprised me by telling me that they were going to be going with us into the parks the next day, which is the day that we're going to talk about today. By now you would have seen the Crystal Palace video, which is where my daughter wanted to celebrate her 39th birthday with breakfast at Crystal Palace because her favorite character is Winnie the Pooh. And if you haven't seen that video, I will post a link below of that one as well. We had a great time. So we're leaving Crystal Palace and we're trying to decide where we're going to go. And we notice when we get outside that there's a lot of people. I want to say it was around 10:30 when we came out of the Crystal Palace. It might have maybe been a little earlier than even that. But we knew that we wanted to go and take pictures in front of the castle as a group before we got hot and sweaty from the day, or before the day got away from us and we didn't get a chance to. And the sky was beautiful that day. It was a warm day. I do remember that it was very warm that day. And so we went and we took pictures in front of the castle, and they came out fantastic, especially in our birthday shirts. So we leave from there, and my best friend's sister, when she usually travels to Disney, she gets a DAS pass. She has some things that are her own personal story. And so to make it easier for her, we decided to go into the, I'm gonna have to put the name here because I'm not remembering it. I know it's by the fire station, and it's like where you go for customer service or where you go to get a DAS pass. So we head in that direction, which is the front of Main Street, and we're still trying to figure out what we want to do that day, what rides we want to get on, because we haven't really planned anything, because again, this was a surprise trip. And so as we're headed to the area that we need to go to, we noticed that the line to get in is very long, which she said is unusual. And I've been to that area before, and even to me it seemed unusual, but we didn't think anything of it. It's Monday, it's a busy day at the Magic Kingdom, no big deal. Little did we know. If by now you've seen the title, you kind of know where I'm going with this. And so we get in line, and eventually we get up to the front door, and we ask, is there something going on? It just seems to be a lot of people. And we kind of heard some people were coming because they were trying to change their park days. And we're like, what is going on? And the cast member just basically said, well, Frontierland and Adventureland is not available right now. And so we were like, really? Like, it's unusual to have two areas of the park to not be available. And we still didn't really think anything of it. We just said, oh, wow, that's unusual. And my friend tried to ask, like, well, is there a reason why? And she said something about there were a couple of rides down, or there were some technical difficulties or something. So again, we just say, okay. And so we finally get to the front desk, and my friend is answering the questions that you need to answer in order to get a DAS pass. If you don't know, DAS pass is a special pass for certain disabilities. Now, not every disability will get you a DAS pass, but basically it's sort of like a fast pass, but basically it just allows you to be able to go to a ride and get on at a certain time, just like if you had like a lightning lane or a what we used to call a fast pass. I'm sure there's more details to it than that, but I've never had to deal with it. I'm thinking in the future I may have to deal with that if my husband and I go together. And so it took maybe 10 minutes for us to do that. Not very long at all. So we come out, and there's still like people everywhere at Main Street. Most people come in and then like kind of disperse to all the different lands. But I guess if 2 of the lands are closed, then yeah, where do you go? So we decide that we're going to, because it's almost noon by this point, we decide that what we're going to do is we're probably going to find a shady spot so that we can watch the first parade of the day. As we're heading towards Main Street in the stores, why can't I think of the name of anything right now? So there were singers out front. And any other time I would be able to tell you what their names were. So I'm going to put that right here. My mind is drawing a blank. So we stop, and they're asking people, does anybody have a birthday today? And of course, my daughter raises her hand, and this is her actual birthday. So here's the thing. You can celebrate your birthday at Disney either on the day of your birthday, but if your birthday is like within the same month or a couple of weeks, you can still get a button that says happy birthday because you're at Disney to celebrate your birthday. So they'll still recognize you even if it's not technically your birthday. But this was her birthday. And so there was another young man there that they had asked him if it was his birthday. And so they started singing them a happy birthday song.
Happy birthday, birthday to you. Let's celebrate, yes. What? You don't like this song? No, you want to sing the same key? Happy birthday, birthday to you. Let's celebrate, yes, celebrate you. So make a wish on your special day. You're looking great, come celebrate. A happy birthday from us to you. Yes, it's a place where dreams do come true. So make a wish, 1, 2, 3, 4, for our money. Happy birthday, your special day to you. Happy birthday to you.
And so we stood there for a little while and listened and enjoyed and clapped. Oh gosh, why can't I think of their names? It's so sad that I can't think of their names. So we watched that for a few minutes, and then we noticed that people were starting to line up for the parade. So we said we better find us a spot and get in that spot, even if we set up a spot and if somebody wanted to go off and get something to drink. And as a matter of fact, I think my girlfriend had started to have a headache, And so she was like, I really need to get something to drink and take something for this headache because it's the start of the day and I don't want it to get any worse. And so we found us a spot right on Main Street so that we could watch the parade. I love the first parade that they show, and mainly because it's all of the princesses. And to me, that evokes memories of Walt Disney World. The first parade that I saw, where I saw a lot of the princesses, I loved the music. And so that parade, on this trip, I ended up watching it twice. And so we had really good seating area where we were. It was under a tree. We even had something to lean on. There was a trash can nearby. There wasn't a lot of people when we started. And then over time, you could see people were starting to really line up so that they could catch the parade. The parade is not actually that long, so you can see it, but the more people that come, the harder it is to see like the characters on the street. You can see the people in the floats, but the people who are walking down, on the street is not as easy to see. So we kind of had like front row seats. So we're watching the parade. We're having a good time. Actually, even before that, we were sitting there waiting, and one of the cast members noticed that my daughter had her birthday pin on, and she said, would you guys like to take a group photo with the big buttons? Because sometimes when they're waiting for the parades to happen, they'll walk around with these signs or big buttons. And so they had a happy birthday button similar to the button that she was wearing, but it was like ginormous. And so we said, sure, yeah. And so I think I was actually like sitting on the ground because day 6, my feet were killing me. My back was killing me. I was feeling my age. And so we took pictures with the button, and she took a picture of my daughter by herself, and they came out really good too, just as well as the ones that we took in front of the castle. And I will say, this particular trip, I am so glad that my daughter bought the photo pass package, because it allowed us to have some really great photos that make great memories for us to look back on. So eventually the parade starts, and we're watching the parade, and I'm going to insert clips from the parade. I probably won't have like the music that you can hear, but there were several times where the cast members who were in the parade noticed that my daughter had her happy birthday button, and they would say happy birthday. I think the one that I remember the most was Tiana and Prince Naveen. They were on the float and they were coming down, and Tiana notices that my daughter has her button on that says happy birthday, and she points to him and says, like, it's her birthday. And then they started doing this, like they were making her a cake, and then I think they blew her like kisses and everything. It was so much fun. A couple of other characters noticed and said happy birthday to her. like, I love the atmosphere of Disney for this very reason. Like, the care that they put into making you feel special in a crowd of many. It's just, it was a great way to start. Well, not even start, because by then we had a great time at the Crystal Palace, and it was a start of one of the best days ever. And so we're going down Main Street after the parade is over, trying to decide which direction we're going to go to first. We look at the map, and Adventureland and Frontierland is still closed. And we're like, what in the world is going on? And so my friend actually started asking people, like, does anybody know why Frontierland and Adventureland is still closed? And she finally talked to someone who said, there is a bear loose in Magic Kingdom. And we're like, what? And they were like, yeah, they're trying to trap it, and it's near where Adventureland and Frontierland is, and so that's why it's closed off. Okay, so in my head, all kinds of scenarios started going off. Like, we're going to be on Main Street, and all of a sudden we're going to hear this noise, and there's going to be a bear running down Main Street after everybody. Oh my gosh, like, panic started to set in. I'll just be honest with you, it did. And so sure enough, she went and Googled online, and they were already talking about it in the news and online, that there was this bear up in a tree near, I believe, the train station, which I had just been at a couple of days before, which just still to this day blows my mind. And so we're like, okay, we're just going to pray they got everything under control, and that they're going to get the bear, and the bear's going to be okay, and everybody else is going to be okay. But I'm still telling you, in my mind, I was imagining a bear running down Main Street. So we decide the best course of action for us would be to go to Tomorrowland. Like, it's far enough on the other side that maybe we'll be okay, and get inside of a building. That's honestly, that was our thoughts.
Well treated place. If you ask me, he'll never reach that dream.
Why me? Oh dear. Hang on tightly, Will. Look, Mama, look. I'm a kite.
Come bounce with me. Just great, doesn't it? Funny. I almost bounced right out of the ride. Watch out for the monster noodles. They steal honey. Steal honey.
ride.
Hooray for Pooh, too!
Let's go to the party with all man.
You're right, it's too short. I was just starting to enjoy the air. We're flying! I can't see Violet. You can't see Quisha. I see Quisha, I don't see Violet.
Hold it, I pull out in front of me for 10 seconds.
Woo! Alright, now we off to eat. We hungry and hot. And so that day was so crazy that I had to like write down some of the things that we did, because we ended up doing so many different rides. I mean, like, we did Magic Kingdom up. And part of that was because my friend had a DAS pass. That definitely made it a whole lot easier. But we had made up our mind that we were going to be in there from the time we came in that morning, which I think started like at 8:30 in the morning, until the fireworks that night. So we weren't in any rush to like get anywhere. So when we went over to Tomorrowland, we got on the People Mover, which I love. It's got a lot of little sections, like you can look down, you see the ride we just got off of. Sometimes the Spaceship Earth is not working and the lights are on, you can see the tracks. But Spaceship Earth, I'm like, ain't no way in the world I would ever get on that.
Now approaching Tomorrowland Speedway and Tron Light Cycle Run. I love a good circuit, and these are two of the
I've never gotten on that.
for a bit of light speed.
We were gonna do the Tron. Yeah. I want to try. I'll try it at least once, and then after I gotten on it, if I don't like it, then I'll never get on it again. And that was the way I was with. We got on Splash Mountain the first time we came. We got on Splash Mountain the first time we came, and my mom was with us. And you know how you in the boat and you come down that long dip. When we came off of that dip, our butts came up off the boat. That's the new Tron. This is such a relaxing ride, though.
To your right is the Astral Orbiter, our celestial symbol of interplanetary harmony and fellowship. Hop aboard and launch high above Tomorrowland for a spin amongst the planets. The next station is Walt Disney's Carousel of Progress. As usual, we'll keep moving ahead, and so does the carousel. Like progress itself, this theater never stops, inspiring new generations to dream of a
That's on one of my bracelets. It's a great big beautiful tomorrow. Yes, not you. I got the camera on me this time. She's But yeah, I got it's a great big beautiful tomorrow on one of my bracelets. So Cassandra, Violet, and Keisha had hamburgers at Cosmic Graves. I am going to try to go over to right now we're on Buzz Lightyear.
Affirmative. We're on it, Buzz. You can count on us.
there was where we just left.
Take the time to see this show. Now approaching Tomorrowland Transit Authority Station. My fellow sentient life forms, our people move journey has nearly come full orbit. Thanks for riding with us. It's been a pleasure to have you. Anything you conclude, this is always my favorite part, because now is the time. Now is the best time to go out and explore tomorrow. Today. See you in the future.
They won't let you stay. Too many people here. If it wasn't that many people, they wouldn't let you stay go a ride around here. It's a ton of people. We got on Buzz Lightyear, which was fun because I was doing it with my girlfriend. I wasn't just sitting by myself. And I do think that my daughter and I did Buzz Lightyear by myself at one point. And then I did it with my girlfriend. So we did People Mover, we did Buzz Lightyear, we went and saw the Laugh Factory, which was hilarious. I'm telling you guys, at least give it a chance to go in at least one time. I think a lot of people just kind of ignore the Laugh Factory, but it really is fun. What else did we do over in that area? I don't think we did anything else over in that area. So we did The Little Mermaid. We did Small World, Peter Pan. Again, because she had a DAS pass, it made it a little bit easier. And we did Mickey's Filler Magic. At one point, everybody started to get hungry. And so they went into we all went into, what is it called? Cosmic Rays. And they got hamburgers and french fries. I didn't really want hamburger and french fries. I don't think I ate a hamburger and french fry the entire time I was on this trip. But I knew on my bucket list for at Magic Kingdom was two things. I wanted the cheeseburger rolls and I wanted a pretzel. That was like the thing that I just knew I wanted to have. We had a big meal at Crystal Palace, so it wasn't like I was like starving. And so I knew that at some point I was going to get the rolls as a snack and then the pretzel as like a snack as well. And so they had that, and then we decided we were going to try to get over, at least hoping that the carts for the cheeseburger roll would be open. Eventually we did notice that it looked like they were opening parts of either was Frontierland. I think it might have been Frontierland. They were opening parts of the park that had been closed. So by that point, we were like, okay, so things must be okay. They must have found the bear. And so I think I got my cheeseburger rolls. And then we said we were going to come back to Frontierland because we did not ride. Oh, I forgot. We went on Haunted Mansion, which was fun. But I found out later on my girlfriend doesn't really care for Haunted Mansion, but she went on it because we went on it. But it's funny when I went back and looked at the pictures that they, the one that is snapped while you're on the ride. It was hilarious because none of us looked like we were, like we just like looked like we were like looking out into space, and it was funny. I had seen earlier that week that there is sometimes a photographer in front of Haunted Mansion that you can take pictures with. And so I said, when we come out of Haunted Mansion, we should take some pictures if the photographer is out there. Because thing is, we wanted to take as many pictures as we possibly could that day. And so when we came out, sure enough, the cast member was out there, and he took some great pictures in front of the Haunted Mansion too. I have to say, we killed it in the photo department that day. And so by this point, yes, Frontierland was open. I was able to get my cheeseburger spring rolls. I will say this, they were good. I don't know that I have to have them again because they're almost $10. I'm sure by the next time I go, they will be $10, if not more. And they're 2 little spring rolls, basically, with some sauce. It was good, but I don't know if it's $10 worth good. So I would say try it at least one time. But it may not be something that you just have to have more than one time. That's just me. I think if I could choose again, I would go back and get like the fries with the beef and the cheese that I got at Casey's Corner the first day I went into Magic Kingdom, if I had to choose again between those 2 items. And so we finally were able to go to Frontierland. Like I said, we didn't ride Thunder Mountain. Of course, Splash Mountain was closed because they were in the process of turning it into Tiana's Bayou. The train still was not running, but I had already been on the train that week. And so I was okay with the fact that I couldn't get on a train. Of course, now I do realize that the train wasn't running because that was the exact area where the bear was. And if you were on the train, you would have seen the bear up in a tree. I'm still trying to get over that.